The Westerly Land Trust preserves are special places that resonate with each of us in different ways. These are places of recreation, inspiration, and reflection. These are open spaces where we can breathe a little easier, think more clearly, and rekindle our connection to the natural world.
Since the 1990s, the Westerly Land Trust has become a leading organization in the town of Westerly, preserving open space, facilitating downtown redevelopment, and building recreational and educational resources and programs for the people of the community.
In all, the Westerly Land Trust holds close to 1,600 acres in our care, with most of them available for public recreation. With over 20 miles of trails, there is plenty of room for exploring and enjoying the land.
I remember hiking at Glacier Preserve with Charlie Hitchcock. I was a young kid, and I think it was my first time being there. And I just remember how beautiful it was and how knowledgeable he was on the property, and I thought that was really amazing. And I remember going to the overlook, and he described how you could see the two ice ages from there, and I fell in love with that property after that. It's one of my favorite places.
Recreational visits and special events provide us with a tangible connection to the land. The annual farm dinner that highlights local agriculture and dining under the open sky. School field trips that show children the wonder of nature. And reunions of groups like the Girl Scouts, who once camped at Wahanita Preserve.
What drew me to the Land Trust? I think it was partly the mission of the Land Trust, just preserving open space, hiking trails and beauty and places of the heart and all that. It's just the preservation of open space. Said simply, it's beautiful, it's enjoyable by people and animals. It's also, in my very firm opinion, it's preserving the value of our town.
These places also touch our lives every day in ways we may take for granted. They offer scenic vistas as we pass through town, protect the drinking water that flows from our tap, and store floodwater to spare downstream homes and businesses.
I just think that the Land Trust is fantastic. They've been wonderful, for us. The whole experience dealing with them and working with them has been fantastic. I mean, it really has. It's a great organization, and it's just a win-win for everybody, and no question about it. That's how I feel. And I encourage other people with big tracts of land to also work with them and do what they can to preserve open space. Very, very important for the town of Westerly.
Westerly Land Trust properties safeguard the natural environment where many wildlife species thrive. From toads to turtles, from ducks to deer, from bobcats to beetles, the preserves are teeming with life. These many values make the land an integral part of our existence and our community.
Often when we were enjoying a canoe trip down the upper Pawcatuck River, or fishing in the ocean, or maybe blue crabbing on the Pawcatuck River here in front of the house, I always had this feeling that I was concerned that maybe 20, 30, 40 years from now this would all be gone. And I thought it was important that I get involved in a way that might preserve this for others in the future.
The Westerly Land Trust has made a promise to take care of its lands forever. To fulfill that promise, we have a robust team of dedicated volunteers who manage and monitor the properties. There are jobs that are fun and those that are tedious, but our volunteers step up to get the work done.
We go around and do mostly light work, sometimes not so light, but we try to keep the preserves up, and that now involves this monitoring process. Now that we're accredited or about to be accredited, we have the monitoring task as well. So it's a fun group. The CCC stands for Coffee and Clearing Club. It's obviously a play on FDR's program. And we start with coffee, about half of us do, and we enjoy the fellowship at coffee, and then we go out and work till we get tired.
The Westerly Land Trust builds bridges with our neighbors, with our schools, with new partners who bring about exciting programs like our urban initiative.
I describe it as a very dynamic organization that is not willing to sit on what it's accomplished in the past, but is constantly looking, again, holistically at what it can preserve for the health of the community, both in the downtown and on the outlying areas.
Our urban efforts save important buildings and parcels in Westerly's downtown, a vacant lot that is now a community garden, the Industrial Trust building that houses our office, the United Theater that is to be revitalized for performing and visual arts, and a Main Street parcel that was transformed into a seasonal ice rink.
It's a really positive organization, and I would describe it to my friends and family as an organization that cares about the community as well as the natural environment that surrounds us.
I think it's an evolution an individual goes through where he or she, appreciate the hard work that others have done to create these open spaces and recreational areas, to keep our town beautiful and open with vistas and access to recreation. And I think an individual evolves into the gratitude for what they have, and they begin to express their appreciation and join the Westerly Land Trust as a supporter.
We are a land trust unlike any other, and we are grateful for your support and proud to serve our community. Much great work has been done, and much more lies ahead. We take seriously our commitment to protect Westerly's open spaces and special places forever.